Hello everyone, welcome to Family Night, Family Information Night. Um, I would like to introduce a bit of myself. Uh, my, my name is Amrit Silwal. Good evening, everybody. I am an early childhood educator working in Safe Haven Early Childhood Center. I would like to thank you for joining me here tonight. Some of you might have questions about curious. Some of you might be curious about how play-based learning helps your kids to develop and learn at the same time. I would like to talk about some play-based. I would like to talk about how play-based is an important assets on children's learning and developing and preparing them for more than just a school, but for their life. Uh, let's let's dive it in. So let's talk about the importance of the play-based learning and development. So play-based learning is not just a fun; it's how children make sense of the world. Play allows development and critical skills across the development phases of children's age. For example, rather than putting the blocks on one side, most of the children are not playing with that. So how about build the blocks of them and let them play and let them to solve the problems. It will help them to experiment with the balance and practicing these skills. It also supports social and emotional growth. How games helps them to learn and do the things physically and by looking at it or by doing it. It will help them to collaboration, communication, and empathy for others. So play-based helps children emotionally and regulate their feelings. Also, it helps to build resilience. The two theories it supports is phases the constructive theory. It says that children learn best when we explore the world with full hands actively and experimentally. The other one is Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. It highlights the role of social interaction in learning. So children from playing with each other, even with the educators who facilitate their learning. you know in other words, I can say the play is the basis of all learning, right? The next is the challenges and solutions in play-based learning. So let's talk about challenges. Is play-based is really help your kids to learn the things. One of the most problem is the families are curious about these questions, I believe that it needs to be addressed as well. Part of the problem is there is a misconception that play is only entertaining, not educational. But what I believe that children learn best from play. Play-based learning helps that develop creativity, problem solving, and love of learning, and these skills are important for school and throughout their life as well. Another challenge is ensuring the inclusivity. Every child is different, and it needs to be create environment for all child to fit in, and so that they all learn the things. Um, for example, we can adopt some method to solve these challenges are intentional teachings. It means that uh, in advance of playing experiences that comes with learning outcomes, but it will not force children from exploring their own way. We also rely on the researches and example of how play-based learning helps to the kids. Next one is my thoughts regarding the play-based learning approach. I strongly believe that play is not just a part of children's life at school, but it will help for their throughout their life. Uh, the foundation of all learning is the play-based learning. That's what I think. Play is the way children learn how to explore, experiment, and make sense around their environment. That means practice and creating environments which also helps to create some curiosity and joy on the children. For example, I'm a fan of working with open-ended materials like loose toys or puzzles or cells. These materials helps children to imagination and the fantasy as well. Second, I believe that watching and extending children's interest in case of a kids who is interested in birds, birds, we can get a toy birds and let them play with it and show them so that they can learn by looking at this, which help them to learn in it will be like deeper learning for kids. Finally, I hope that I can build a place where every child is seen and heard what they wants to tell and listen what they wants to tell and let them grow. So it's what is the successful play-based environment? So successful play-based environment is uninterrupted learning environment. So it helps that grow kids in flexible space of full natural materials and resources. Um, the social environment is too quite important as well. As an educator and children, school develops a very good relationship between their families, their parents, and by doing this, children will be more likely to do new things and take risk to learn. Finally, we can make sure that there is enough play time for deep and meaningful play. The play can be uninterrupted, and children can use these play times completely and engage, problem solve, and explore further learning areas. Intentional teaching is also how we can uh, help them focus on the play towards learning outcomes. Consider that using play to teach concepts such as volume and measurement. And for example, if they are playing with water, we can help them to measure it accordingly. It helps themselves to reach learning experience. Um, so to wrap it off, play-based learning is not just a fun all the time, but in fact it is about building skills and demonstrating their dispositions, and that your child will need to be able to succeed in the education, in the school and in the education center. That's why I think the play-based environment helps children cognitively, socially, emotionally, and physically as well. The result is that they can learn to collaborate, they can learn to solve problems, and they can able to think creatively. So that's all from my side, and I would like to thank you for your time tonight. I hope that it has been a helpful clarification about the place of play in our kindergarten program. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm here to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much. Have a great night ahead. Bye bye.